Hi guys, how is everybody doing? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. Hope you're staying safe. I know I'm happy because, well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who checked out my last video on YouTube. It was by far my most viewed video on YouTube. Over 750 views, so thank you very much for that. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's a review of the Shining board game. And Jen loves wrestling, but as you guys know, Jen also loves horror. So, it's Shining right there. I am very happy. Again, I think you guys know why. I'm going to be covering, to me, the greatest episode in the history of NXT. I'm going to try not to be too nervous or to be too shaky or anything, but been waiting for this for a long time, so let's get right to it. Alright, so we had Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner, Imperium, versus Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. And first of all, I want to say, pretty cool on Morrow on the commentary, as usual, of course, but also the Banksy reference when talking about Imperium, which I like Banksy too, so I think that was pretty cool to hear Banksy and Imperium in the same sentence. Another thing, right off the... I loved the entire match. The opening sequence was amazing. I love that they started off with Marcel and Tim. Obviously, they have history. They just pair so well in the ring together. And even though I'm waiting for the day that they come back together on the same team, seeing them in the ring together was so awesome. They just put on... I mean, the few opening sequences of that match, just go back and watch it. It was just a Matt classic. I mean, the technical wrestling at its best. It was beautiful. Beautiful catch-as-catch-can wrestling. It was just, it was great stuff. So I really enjoyed seeing those two again together. That was brilliant. And then, of course, we lead to the big moment with the tease of the hot tag, which I think was really, really well done. And, of course, as we all know, the hot tag that never came to fruition because Tim got bumped off the ring apron, which is totally Matt Riddle's fault, of course. So, Tim got mad. Tim walked off. Tim did the right thing. Tim, being Tim. I can finally cheer Tim again. I'm just glad to see this version of Tim back. I was so happy. I've been a Timothy Thatcher fan for a while now, and when he first debuted, all I could think was I wanted to be excited for him and excited for it, and I just couldn't get into it. This is the wrong thing for him. You know, this is a joke. This is stupid. WWE is ruining Tim. But sometimes you just gotta trust in the process. You just gotta wait to see how things play out. And short of Tim actually joining Imperium that night, I could not have dreamt this scenario to go any better. Because Tim walked out, leaving Matt Riddle to defend on his own. A few minutes later, new tag champs. Let the Mars celebration begin. My favorite wrestler, Marcel Bartel. Congratulations. Couldn't be happier for him. So excited. Freaked out. Did every emotion under the sun. You guys already know that. I cried. I was in shock. I hyperventilated. I jumped. I danced. I did all of it. I'm just, Marcel. So, yeah. Marcel's finally a champion in WWE, and I'm just over the moon about it. So, Mars celebration. Best part of NXT, which was overall, in my opinion, honestly, a near perfect episode of NXT. That's why I'm titling this the greatest NXT ever, because I know a lot of people might not feel that way, but to me, for obvious reasons, the opener would have made it the greatest anyways, but basically the whole card was just amazing, and the match outcomes were just like, I feel like I wrote this NXT. It was that great. I mean, I loved it. So, anyway, before we move on to other things, after the match, after my new tag team champions, Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner, new tag champs, commercial break, Timothy Thatcher promo. So, Tim says that basically he's sick of Matt Riddle's shenanigans, and I totally feel him on that. I'm sick of Matt Riddle's shenanigans too. So, and one interesting thing, though, I do want to point out about this promo, and this could just be me wishful thinking, it could just be me reading too much into the things, but I noticed that Tim said, I want to be a tag champion. He never specified where. He just said, I don't want to do it with Matt Riddle. So, Tim comes back home, joins Imperium. Him and Wolf, obviously when everything clears up and when safety regulations and everything's cleared for traveling again, him and Wolf go after those UK titles. Boom. Every member of Imperium holds gold. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, so, that leads to a brawl, the first of many, with Tim and Matt Riddle. So, then after that, our second match of the night, we have Tegan Nox versus Indy Hartwell, and I thought this was a really good match. I thought Tegan won, and I mean, I think, you know, it was pretty obvious Tegan was going to win this match, but I think Indy looked really good in there, aside from a few little things. There was a few little, you know, teeny things here and there, but I thought she looked good. I thought she, like, you know, physically looked good, too. Like, I really like her look. I like the makeup. I think she has a little more to go in the ring, but overall, good showing, good match. I enjoyed it. Tegan wins. So then we have our next segment of Tim whooping Riddle's ass again, which, you know, they could have just kept doing this after every match and I would have been happy. But this one was the best part because, you know, Tim's like, I'm cool, I'll go. So he walks, and then he friggin' hits Matt Riddle with a TV monitor, and I just died laughing. I just thought that was awesome. So, my Timmy's back. My awesome, beast, badass Timmy. I'm glad to see him back. Thank you. Jake Atlas versus Toni Nese. Jake Atlas is one I'm really excited to talk about. He was, to me, by far the most impressive debut in that tournament. I'm so excited WWE is working with him. I mean, he's not just good for this tournament, but I mean, he's really got something. I think he's, like, really, really good. He's so crisp in the ring, and that finisher is automatically already in, like, one of my top favorite finishers in the entire WWE. I'm a sucker for a good DDT. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. A DDT is not a mid-match move. A DDT is a finisher, and I love when not only a DDT is properly being used as a finisher, but especially when it looks super devastating and super creative, like Jake Atlas does it, like Annie and Annie. I'm not editing just for that. I just combined their names, reversed them. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch also do a really great DDT finisher. See, I'm just giddy. I can't help it. I'm not editing it. Screw it. I'm happy. I'm happy for Imperium. Back to the rest of the show, though. Okay, so, where was I? Okay, so, yeah. So, Jake Atlas picked up the win. Jake Atlas is super talented. Love that finish. That's just beautiful. It's beautiful looking, and it's also looks impactful. It's everything that a finisher should be. It's a DDT. I mean, I love it. So Jake, just, you know, 2 thumbs up. Awesome dude. I like him. And actually, he's probably, I'm gonna go with Jake as my pick of who I'd like to see win the entire tournament. It was Jack Gallagher. I think he's mathematically eliminated, though, unfortunately, at this point. Hopefully his day will come, though, soon, because Jack Gallagher is way more talented than the stuff he's been getting lately, but I'm going to go with Atlas now. So, next we had a few promos and video clips and everything like that. We had a actually really adorable video chat with the Undisputed Era, so that was pretty enjoyable. We had Scarlett and Cross, Carrie and Cross, and they had a promo segment. I know this is probably a very unpopular opinion, but it's too over the top for me. Theatrical is one thing, but overacting and over-theatrical is another thing. It just comes off as too cheesy to me. It's trying too hard. I know I'm probably going to get either downvoted for this, or people are going to be mad in the comment section or whatever, but, I mean, and I know they're together in real life, I get that. Doesn't mean you have to be together on screen. I'd like to see what else she could do, to put it politely, I guess. I just don't think this is working, in my opinion, and it might be unpopular, and it might be the minority opinion, and that's okay. I'm just here to tell you guys how I feel about it. It's a little cheesy for me, and I think she's a little too much for the segment, and I'd like to see something else with them. So Dakota Kai, who I've always been a fan of, but I think she's really flourishing with her whole heel stuff. But she's just always been tremendous in the ring. I mean, top level for NXT female talent. Always has been. I'm a big fan, and I really liked this promo segment from her. I thought this was really great. Then we have a really exciting announcement from DX that they are doing next month. They are bringing back the name In Your House for its 25th year anniversary, and it's going to be a takeover. I think this is genius, honestly. I think the timing, obviously unfortunate circumstances, but to title the pay-per-view in such a way on its 25th anniversary worked out quite well for them with this. And for it to be a takeover right after, Marcel and Fabian win the tag belts, so, they can actually defend them on a takeover, so, oh my god, so excited. Okay, so next match, another awesome thing, Finn Balor versus Cameron Grimes. You guys know, I love Finn Balor, but you guys know, I've said, maybe 2-3 months ago, did a video of the most underrated people in WWE, and Cameron Grimes was one of them, and despite, the circumstances, despite what else happened in the match, which I'll go into later, the fact of the matter is Cameron Grimes picked up the win over Finn Balor. And that is nothing to sneeze at. That is nothing to overlook. And I know you guys are going to say, well, blah, 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 Damian Priest. I get that. Still going to go down in the record books for Cameron Grimes' win over Finn Balor. I'm so happy for Cameron Grimes. That's really awesome. But yes, Damian Priest did attack Finn Balor in this match, and he also did attack Finn Balor. He was revealed to be the person that attacked Finn Balor from weeks back. So there's that. We got that big reveal. So Damian Priest is cool, though. I think he's just a cool dude. Cool vibe. And, yeah, so he was the attacker. Alright, so then we had the aforementioned Jack Gallagher versus Isaiah Scott. Not a big Isaiah Scott fan. I love Jack Gallagher. Scott did a promo earlier in the show talking about how wrestlers who haven't had a single win in this tournament shouldn't even be wrestling anymore. Toni Nese was one of those people, and he took exception to this. He attacked Isaiah Scott straight out the gate, which was cool because, I enjoyed it. I like Toni Nese. I, don't really like Isaiah Scott. I really like Jack Gallagher, so, good on the 205 guys kind of sticking together there. I know that wasn't like, the common denominator, but it still rang true for this, which was cool. So, but yeah, this wasn't, you can't really say that what Toni did led to the outcome, because they went on to wrestle they went on to wrestle a full-length match after this, and even with that, it wasn't a one-sided match. Isaiah Scott definitely got his stuff in, and he even hit the house call, and he had a lot of offense in that match. So, the Toni thing was good in storyline context, but it didn't necessarily contribute to the finish. So you can't say, like with the Balor Grimes match, you can't. There's an asterisk, but there's a lot less of one, maybe like a half an asterisk, with Jack's win. So Jack did pick up the win there, and I was so excited. Again, I'm not positive on this. I'm like 95% sure. I think Jack is actually mathematically eliminated from further advancing in the tournament, which is sad. I don't like that, but I think that is the case. I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, we had Aaliyah versus Kaden Carter, which was awesome. I think, number one, I'm such a fan of both of these ladies, and I've been following for Kaden Carter for a while now because she was winless with NXT for such a while, and I didn't understand. I was like, this chick's got talent. She's got a great look. She, I was always a big fan of hers, and I didn't understand why she was getting treated on NXT the way she was getting treated. Yeah, and I like Aaliyah. I've always, I don't want to say I've always loved Aaliyah, but since Aaliyah turned heel, she really came into her own. She just grabbed onto her character, just her look, everything about her changed. She actually became something. Whereas when she was a face, it wasn't clicking. It wasn't connecting. Not with her and the character, and not with her and the fans, even as a face. But as a heel, she's totally tapped into it, and she looks great in the ring, and I was excited to see these two go at it, and I thought they had, like, a really great match. They both look good, and also, as much a fan of Aaliyah as I am, super excited that Kaden got the victory. So, Kaden's got, I think this is win number 2 for her that she's gotten in NXT. Really excited for her. I hope that that good luck continues for her, because she certainly deserves it. And then, so, to close out the show, we have Timothy Thatcher versus Matt Riddle. And, so, it didn't, outcome-wise, go the way I would want, but that's okay, because Matt Riddle won, but you know what, he paid the price for that. So, Timothy went psycho on him after the match, and it was beautiful to watch, and it was beautiful and wonderful to see, my Timothy Thatcher back, and, just being the killer beast that I know he is, and, yeah, so it was, great at the end. The camera just showed his face just going friggin' nuts. Girl look on his face. Staring down the camera, making all these crazy psycho noises, being a badass killer like I know Timmy is. And they just showed that shot to close out the show. To close out the greatest NXT. What a perfect sequence. What a perfect shot. What a perfect show. It was awesome. Again, congrats to Imperium. My heart just, like, exploded over that. So, yeah, this video went a little long, and I just kind of just want to stand here in front of you guys and just continue talking about how awesome Imperium is and how Marcel is the greatest. But I won't. I will go. So I hope you all enjoyed NXT. Probably not as much as I did. I'm not sure a lot of people it could be possible. But if you're a huge Rincon fan, if you're a huge Imperium fan, then I'm sure you are jumping up and down with me as well. So, yeah, so that is it for this episode, and I am so happy. And, yeah, so like, subscribe, comment, view, and I will see you guys next time. And just remember, the mat is sacred. Imperium rules.